tea. Birthplace of one of the greatest poets who ever lived, Stratford-upon-Avon prepares to celebrate the anniversary of the birth of William Shakespeare. The genius of Shakespeare was recognized even in his own day, and that aroused the expected admiration and jealousies of his contemporaries. But it was left to subsequent generations to ensure that the mellifluous and honey-tongued Will Shakespeare lived on through the characters he brought to the stage. Bluff King Hal, Hamlet, the gloomy Prince of Denmark, the blood-soaked hands of Lady Macbeth, and the lovable, foolish and unfortunate Falstaff, a favorite with tourists for decades. The house in Henley Street, home of John Shakespeare, a respected merchant and glovemaker of Stratford, and his wife, Mary Arden. In this room, young William was born in 1564. The crib is typical of the time. His birth is recorded in the parish register. The fact that Shakespeare's uniqueness was acknowledged in his own lifetime probably accounts for the preservation of so many of his relics. The portraits painted in the 17th century strike a common likeness. This document of a house sale signed by the poet in 1612 is one of the carefully preserved Shakespearean treasures, as is the first folio of 1623, though compiled after his death. It contains parts of the play Henry VI. Strangely enough, in spite of the contemporary interest in his career, none of Shakespeare's actual manuscripts have survived. At the tender age of 17, Will Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway. Her cottage is still in an excellent state of preservation, despite the rigors of tourism. Stratford's pride in their most famous son embraces all ages. At the annual birthday celebrations, local children resurrect old village dances, undoubtedly danced by the poet himself. Highlight of the celebrations is a procession of citizens and distinguished guests. Led by the beadle and mace bearers, the procession from the Memorial Theatre goes to the poet's birthplace, and from there to the laying of commemorative wreaths and bouquets of flowers on his tomb in the Holy Trinity Church. The band of the Royal Engineers exercise their freedom and right to march through the town. Representatives from the Royal Shakespeare Theatre pay tribute. Faces familiar on film and television, media which would surely have entranced the Bard of Avon. Nearing Shakespeare's birthplace, boys from the grammar school which Shakespeare attended join the procession. There's an air of casual solemnity about those taking part. Trinity Church, where the poet lies at rest. He died aged 52. After success and recognition in the London theatre, William Shakespeare returned to Stratford to spend his declining years, a respected and honoured citizen. Large, expensive wreaths, small though touching bouquets, are received with equal respect and placed on the tomb. Shakespeare feared desecration of his grave, so he took steps to prevent this by the simple device of playing upon human superstition. His own epitaph, naive and strangely un-Shakespearean, reads, "Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones. William Shakespeare lies in peace.